Welcome to news.
Hot.
Greetings. Hot news. Hot news in your area. Xeno's melting. This just in. Xeno is turning into a puddle before our very eyes. It is
hot.
It's very hot in
I am
England
also
right now.
suffering, but I bear it better than he does.
It's hot.
It's also very hot.
I'm not closing the window. I don't care. You can enjoy the
disclaimer on here. The disclaimer is that England has currently got a massive heat spike going on with a huge amount of humidity. So Xeno and I are recording with windows open because it's hot.
It is fucking hot.
You guys,
yeah, see, that's just the natural state here melting. Where I am, but I also have air conditioning because that is the natural state where I am. Whereas you guys aren't used to this, and so you don't have air conditioning ubiquitously everywhere. Yeah.
Incidentally, I was not actually drinking a drink. I was drinking what was left of ice cream.
Oh my god.
That's...
Yeah. Yep.
It is currently 28 degrees C in my room right now, with the windows open. There's a fan right here next to me. Yeah. It is hot.
How humid? It's like 97% humidity as well.
I don't know.
Yep. That sounds about right.
Me.
Yeah.
It's been raining all day.
That's basically how it is here.
Want rain.
Anyway, but this is not Kanpai weather. This is Kanpai news for the week commencing the 11th of June, 2023. Shall we get into it, my gentlemans?
Are we going to start having a weather section?
I mean, I guess we could.
For the shits and giggles. No, I'm joking.
Only if there's something extreme in the news.
Boy, I'm glad I checked that before we actually switched over.
We can have the weather in X series. Like, how's the weather in Gundam Witch from Mercury? Space. Job done.
Little bit red and bloody.
Vacuum with a chance of blood spray.
Anyway,
let's move on.
But we apologize for the white background. For some reason, my dark mode is not working on this website this week. But yeah, what can you do? Anyway, the film Suzume, known for its picturesque settings across Japan, I still need to watch Suzume. I don't think it's come out on DVD yet, though. Has gained new landmarks.
Oh, is that the one with the doors?
Yes. Has gained new landmarks in the form of replicated doors spotted in real locations depicted in the movie. These doors, which play significant roles in the film, have been recreated in real-life locations, maintaining the desolate backdrop that gives them a haunting appeal. Despite becoming tourist attractions, the scenery surrounding these doors remains unchanged, adding to their mystique. So, like, they haven't, like, added velvet ropes or anything around them, or, that sort of thing. It's just a door.
And no advertising.
Yeah. The film's director, Makoto Shinkai, has expressed the impact of the 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami on the film's storytelling and reception, emphasizing the importance of addressing real-life events through entertainment. In interviews, Shinkai revealed his initial concerns about promoting the film in the Tohoku region, given the sensitive subject matter. However, he was surprised when residents expressed gratitude for the depiction. While some people were offended by the choice to address a topic close to home, Shinkai defended his decision, believing that it is essential to share and engage with real-life events through the medium of entertainment, even if some may forget the significance over time. And I agree. I think that one of the best ways to deal with tragedy is through art.
Recognition and representation.
Yes, yeah.
Through artistic means.
And it does help keep it...
and find their own definitions.
And it does help that then keep it in your mind and not, doesn't let people just forget. Like they made the Pearl Harbor movie sucked complete ass, but they did, if they'd actually made a good Pearl Harbor movie, that would actually help keep it in people's minds. As an example of one of the doors that's just appeared.
Those are pretty cool.
Yeah. Anyway, shall we move on?
Yep.
Let's move on. Henry Thurlow, an American animator working in Japan, has been confirmed as the episode director for episode 1066 of the One Piece anime, making him possibly the first non-Japanese episode director for the series. Thurlow, along with the Toei Animation production staff, expressed the belief that this is a significant milestone, not only for One Piece, but also for any Toei Animation television series. The episode is set to air on June 25th. Thurlow has previously worked at various Japanese animation studios and has credits in popular anime such as Sweetness and Lightning, Naruto Shippuden, and Tokyo Ghoul. In 2016, he co-founded Dutch Daijo, the first black-owned animation studio in Japan. So,
cool.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Pretty cool.
It's nice to know that I'm only like 50 episodes behind again.
Yeah. I think it's also cool that they're getting other talent that works in the area. That's pretty cool. Right. So,
cool. Moving on. Kasagi, a digital collection. Oh god, of course, this fucking police siren's going off as soon as I start. Just give it a second. This is the problem. I live next to like the major city. Anyway, right. Kasagi, a digital collectible anime studio, and Aniq, a Tokyo-based company, have announced the launch of an alternative reality game, an ARG, called Layer 3301 Decipher, based on the serial Experiments Lain anime in collaboration of its 25th anniversary. The game's launch date has not been disclosed, but players will be able to access it by purchasing a digital collectible called a protocol key. Early access to the protocol keys will be available this month on the anime's 25th anniversary website. By using their protocol key, players can interact with digital elements and unlock new aspects of the anime's storyline, with rewards being offered for clearing the game, including limited digital, physical, and...
Digital? It's like physical and digital mixed, like mashed together, which is okay.
Interesting. Okay. Memorabilia, as well as never before seen cell art from the production of the anime. Yasuyuki Ueda, the original anime's producer, is overseeing the immersive ARG, while Yoshitoshi Abe, the anime's original character designer, commented further?
Sorry, I think I missed a word in there. Taking out a word in there. It should just be commented further.
Commented further, stating, early in production, one of the team members remarked that we should design Lane's world so whatever someone watches...
that whenever somebody watches
it, it'll feel like a near future that's just 3 years away. Our hope is that the Layer 3301 event invokes the Japanese Zashiki Warashi
Zashiki Warashi spirit. This is from the yokai phenomenon we discussed a couple of episodes back, where yokai are literally just out of sight at all times.
Oh yeah, okay, right.
Zashiki Warashi are spirits that are supposed to bring luck.
Right. The idea that something is lurking or quietly hiding in the small hollow spaces of the internet. Sometimes you might find a sign or symbol that could mean something, only to realize that it has disappeared before you know it. I have no idea how on earth they would actually implement anything like that.
Also, it stinks of NFT with the protocol key. Yeah.
If there's a certain amount of that, maybe.
Oops.
But we had those before NFTs. We had unique registration codes before we had NFTs.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
And I don't think anything we're collecting is NFT unless it's the limited.
Well, you got the digital, digital stuff.
It could just be a QR code. It could just be a barcode. It could be literally anything. It can't be a barcode. But yeah, it could be a QR that takes you to the thing. But again, from the sounds of it, the protocol key just basically takes you to where you can play the game. It doesn't necessarily grant you your user. So it's like, okay, well, this is just a glorified URL to a website, you know. So I wouldn't worry too much about...
With a bit of a login code as well, I'd guess.
Potentially. But, yeah, there you go. That's that story.
And
right.
Of course, an ARG could be fun with amounts of...
I'm interested, because I like Lane, and I like the idea of this Zashiki Warashi sort of thing. Yeah. Yeah. Right. So, Bandai Namco announced that it is produced. So, Sandland, right? Has a movie coming out based on a manga. Bandai Namco announced that it is.
I love that already.
Producing an action RPG for all consoles and PC based on Akira Toriyama's Sandland manga, which they're really hitting this hard on all cylinders. While there's not yet a release date, Bandai Namco described the game as follows. Dive into a desert world where both humans and demons suffer from an extreme water shortage. Play as and watch the Fiend Prince Beelzebub, Sheriff Reo, and Demon Thief. Demon Thief, that's all the name is. Demon Thief set off on an adventure in search of a legendary spring hidden in the desert. Introducing himself as a super evil fiend, Beelzebub has a pure heart like a little boy, but has superhuman strength and telepathic abilities. Rao, a small town sheriff, seeks the aid of demons to save all of Sandland from the water shortage. Thief, a wise old demon with thriving abilities, also accompanies Beelzebub and Rao on their adventure. I think you just said that earlier, didn't you? Playing as Beelzebub, players will be able to explore a vast world accompanied by his unlikely group of demons and humans. Whether roaming in various vehicles or traveling by foot, players will encounter dangers as well as helpful characters as they meet in the vast desert. Helpful characters they meet. I put in an extra as they meet in the vast desert while uncovering Sandland's many secrets. Vehicular and character combat is a big part of the action in the game. Players will have access to a variety of vehicles that they can customize and equip with loadouts to traverse the desert, overcome obstacles, and take on a diverse assortment of mighty foes. Obviously, we can't play the entire thing, but I don't know if there's going to be any actual gameplay elements in here.
Yeah. Now, I see Sandland's a great manga series, but
yeah,
it just reminds me of the Desert Punk series.
Yeah,
because the shapes and everything.
I'm kind of into this suddenly.
Yeah. I mean, it could be the marketing material. Who knows? But I mean, I'm down to give it a go.
That vehicle combat looked kind of fun, kind of goofy, but fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're right, Thaylien. Yeah, you're 100% right. Speaking of Thaylien,
so let's move on. The Broadcasting Ethics and Program Improvement Organization, BPO, a citizen watchdog group, received a viewer complaint about a toxic subset of a certain anime's fandom, which they addressed in their May summary. The complaint referred to the Oshi no Ko anime's 6th episode, where a female character in a dating reality show faces harassment and contemplates self-ending. This is YouTube, by the way. YouTube. Okay. The relatives of a woman who died by the same method expressed their discomfort online, as the portrayal echoed a real-life incident. The BPO questioned whether the production company and broadcasters should make an announcement to address the issue and the creation of attacks on individuals. This all comes from the episode, which is said to mirror a real-life example of cyberbullying that led to a death. Okay, that's a sentence. The recap episode of Oshi no Ko featured some of the cast commentary on the events, but it did not mention the person in question, Akira, or the real-life backlash. The voice actress for Ruby Hoshino commented on the scene's impact to her, saying, "I was able to observe her portrayal of the bit that depicted the gut-punch-feeling human experience. Watching that really made me think some things over again. I think it was really meaningful for me at this point in my life to have been able to learn about that world."
And see, that's why I think it's so important for shows like this to do stuff like that.
Can you boilerplate this for me? Because there's been another complaint.
Yes, essentially, yes.
I think this is it's been escalated as far as I know. So the complaint was that this mirrored a real life event, but this has actually gone to the BPO now. They've actually
apparently there's a toxic subset that's spawned. Like, I assume this toxic subset is either defending Oshi no Ko, or they are now actively trying to cyberbully people because of Oshi no Ko, I guess. I don't know. They don't.
The internet can be fun, but let's be honest, humanity in general has its share of filth. So yeah, I would not be surprised.
Yeah, they don't really go into that here.
Yeah, I feel there's too little information here. Because, like, you know, who determines what is
Toxic.
You know, a toxic subset? You know, it's like if people are like defending the story, do they instantly brand them as toxic?
Exactly.
If
yeah.
people are like, you know, I mean, surely we want more people to defend things than actually attack things. I mean, is that too?
Depends on the thing, but
yeah,
yes.
Depends on the thing.
No, I suppose.
As we mentioned with that earlier news article, it's important to have artistic representation and recognition of events.
Yeah.
But it can be debated either way about whether this is an appropriate one. So that's, I think, is going to be up in the air for quite a while.
Yeah. This just makes, honestly, this just makes me want to watch Oshi no Ko to see exactly what's going on.
Yeah,
So,
I kind of wanted to find out what's going on. I know it's really popular and things, but like, I don't know, it just doesn't kind of appeal to me. I've read the first 2 volumes of the manga.
But not to try and lighten the one, but it's Pride Month, so I want to bring this one up as well. I specifically watched the Buzz Lightyear movie because of all the toxic people complaining about there being a same-sex couple kiss in the movie.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, and it turns out to be a half-second scene that they all kind of
people
got up
make
in arms
fucking.
about. It's ridiculous.
It's
Mountains out of
people will
molehills.
find any fucking.
Yep.
You know,
Yes, they will.
I was gonna say soapbox to fucking parade on. Anyway, right? Should we move on to the next story?
Let's move on to I'd say a happier topic, but
Is it? Is it even?
is it?
Right. So, Rockman X Dive, a smartphone game based on Capcom's Mega Man X series, will be discontinuing its service on September 27th at 1 p.m. JST. This applies to the iOS and Android versions in Asia, as well as the PC version worldwide. However, the global iOS and Android versions are published by Nebula Joy, titled Mega Man X Dive, will continue to be available since it's considered a separate game. Sorry, I got hiccups. The game will initially the game was initially released in Taiwan and other Asia countries in March 2020, followed by the launch in Japan in October 2020. Nebula Joy released the game as Mega Man X Dive in several countries, including the US, Canada, the UK, Ireland, Europe, and Latin America in 2021.
3 years for a smartphone game. I suppose that's not terrible, but you know.
And they're giving us a lot of warning by saying September. It's for like 3 months.
It's you know, it's a mobile game. It's gonna die.
Yeah.
But I mean, inevitable.
I'm surprised that they're continuing the global version. Either it's doing better than just the other one, or like they're going to kill it later.
Maybe the other ones are doing bad enough that having the independent version keep going is viable.
That's
whereas
possible.
the other ones are just dying badly. That's so they're not being able to keep going.
Is it too much to ask for a mobile game that's just not a cash grab?
That's just an actual game.
It's an actual proper game, properly thought out, properly designed, and not something just to milk money off of people.
Morally, no, that's not too much to ask. Functionally and capitalistically, yes, it's far too much to ask. How dare you suggest otherwise?
I do want to kind of see if there's any examples of the gameplay in here. No, it's all just characters talking to you. Cool.
Anyway. I like how there was a video pop up. Is it worth playing?
Yeah.
Moving on.
Right. So the musical duo Angela has been recognized by the Guinness World Records for most songs sung by the same artist for an animation franchise at a screening event for the Sokyu no Fafnir Behind the Line spin-off anime. Angela has performed a total of 31 theme songs for the long and sprawling Fafnir franchise, including openings, endings, and insert songs, starting from the original Fafnir television anime in 2004 up to the current Sokyo no Fafnir Behind the Line in this year, 2023. Behind the Line initially received a special advanced screening run in theaters, but in the same announcement, it was revealed that the television version of Behind the Line will premiere in Japan on multiple channels on July 5th. I've never heard of Fafnir.
I have. It's just Gundam Seed. It's just fucking Gundam Seed. Fuck Gundam Seed. I hate it. God, why isn't this dead yet? Fucking Christ.
Oh, come on. 2004 to 2023, you got nearly a 20-year run of the damn thing.
I don't care.
I think if you're worried that it's Gundam Seed, I think it's the reason that Gundam Seed didn't work. Is Fafnir being Gundam Seed
no. Gundam Seed is insanely popular in Japan. It is oh my god, okay. I can't believe how popular it is. Right? Fafnir just fucking went off on that and just like, oh, let's just suckle upon the Gundam Seed to eat some more. Fucking 20 years of To be too fair, though, I couldn't stomach the first season of Fafnir. First 2 seasons of Fafnir. God knows if the rest of it's the same. Probably is.
Well, this is a spin-off anime
like
too, so
franchise spin-offs.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that one. There's the Beyond. There's.
Can we just get like spin-offs of Witch from Mercury? Just be inspired by that. Just do that. Anyway.
Alrighty. So, G-Kids began streaming a new trailer for the English dub of the movie Lonely Castle in the Mirror, along with the cast and limited screening in theaters on June 21st and 22nd. The dub cast includes Micah Lynn, who hasn't been anything else, Huxley Westermeyer, who, again, complete newbie, Giselle Fernandez was Meme Redon from Monster Girl Doctor and Shiori Kobayakawa in Summertime Rendering, Kieran Regan, who was at Yusei in A-Mame, Warrior at the Borderline, Zoe Glick, Adrian Marrero, Riley Webb, all 3 of whom are first-timers, and Vivian Rutherford, who was Dora in MSG Kukuru's Doan's Island.
Yeah.
So, full dub cast.
I'm sure these other people have done work in other voice, but they had no other anime credits that I could find.
Right.
First time in the anime dubbing world.
Okay.
More power to them.
I've been waiting for the English dub of this. Yeah.
Really?
Well, I mean, I do want to watch the original. I should watch the original, but I've just been waiting for it in general because I've been meaning to watch it. It looks really interesting. I like. Yeah. I like everything that I've seen in this trailer so far. Anyway.
Right. Moving on. A 25-year-old company worker named Yuki Murakami was arrested in Tokyo for allegedly stealing Pokemon trading cards worth 2.2 million yen, about $15,750 or 12,500 pounds sterling, from the stores in Fujiyoshida City and Yanamashi Prefecture. Oh, it's supposed to be okay, fine.
Yamanashi Prefecture.
That's what I said, didn't
it? You interposed the M and the N. Don't worry.
Okay, sorry, my bad. The theft occurred on May 8th, with Murakami taking a total of 74 cards, including one valued at around 180,000 yen, or $1,300, or 1,024 pounds. The card shop Mero store shared images of the ransacked shop, but fortunately, no staff member were harmed as the incident took place during the night. Police identified Murakami through the security camera footage and discovered a significant amount of Pokemon cards at his residence. They suspect his involvement in other thefts across the Kanto region. Is that okay?
And continue to investigate, yes.
Okay, and continue to investigate. I thought, okay.
Stop it. You thought that was a Pokemon region?
Yeah, that's what I genuinely did. I mean, I just want to make sure the notes are right. I mean...
Not spelled like that. I think the Kanto region in Pokemon has an H on the end of it.
Oh, does it?
Just like the Johto region and things.
It's crazy how much some of these cards are worth.
74 cards, totaling
including one valued
grand.
Yeah.
One card worth over 1,000.
Yeah.
That's silly
insane
money.
I mean, so what did they... So, what the fuck did he think was going to happen?
I guess he was hoping that, they wouldn't catch him on security footage.
Okay, if you didn't get caught on the actual footage, think about all you had to do is leave that in the collection for a year or so until the actual collector value had gone up, and then sell it on under,
on the dark
assumed
web
identities and so on.
Dark web. But why would you leave them in your house?
Again, assuming
he doesn't think that he would get caught. A lot of criminals think that they're smart, they're smarter than the police.
I mean, if you think to yourself for 2 seconds, hey, maybe I shouldn't do this, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have the same problems.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
On to our final story, which is about Hayao Miyazaki. Studio Ghibli producer Toshio Suzuki revealed in a video interview with Bunji Shunju magazine that the lack of marketing for Hayao Miyazaki's latest film, How Do You Live, is a deliberate choice. Suzuki stated that he and Miyazaki are tired of the repetitive marketing cycle and wanted to try something new. He emphasized that if audiences are interested in watching a film, they don't need trailers to convince them. Suzuki's minimalist approach has only produced a single poster for the film, which Miyazaki himself praised. The plot and voice cast have not been revealed, and Suzuki hinted that the film will be great, but may deviate from the original novel's story. Suzuki's philosophy towards marketing has always been nuanced, focusing on making something good first, and then letting those who understand the content handle the marketing. He previously poured significant funds into marketing Spirited Away, despite claiming otherwise, to ensure creators at Ghibli had creative freedom. Suzuki also mentioned that Ghibli approved a streaming deal with Netflix to finance the production costs of How Do You Live, as he predicted the film would take years to make. The highly anticipated film is set to open in Japanese theaters on July 14th.
This is big interest.
Yeah, I'm kind of with him on this, because despite what I said about How Do You Live, or not How Do You Live, Lonely Castle in the Mirror, how the trailer was like, oh man, this looks so cool. But also, they give so much stuff away in trailers. It's really bothersome.
It's not just that, but a lot of trailers, they just flat out lie. They'll do anything to attract the attention. I think anyone, there's a huge uproar behind Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse because people didn't know that it was going to have a cliffhanger. And there's a huge uproar on it. Originally, the film was going to be Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, right?
Which would have given people that heads up.
Yes, but the theory is that they decided to omit that because otherwise people won't bother going to the cinema to see Part 1 because,
they'll wait till Part 2 is out and watch both.
So it's a very underhanded move. Again, there's another side to marketing. Do you know the story of what's his name? Robin Williams as the genie in Aladdin?
Yes, we do. That's
do you know it, Naz?
No.
Oh, for Naz's benefit.
Yeah. Oh, who wants it? Yeah, sure. I'll explain. Okay. So TLDR, Robin Williams agreed to play the genie in Disney's Aladdin, as long as, and this was in his contract, they weren't allowed to use his name in any of the marketing material.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, because he didn't want to be the draw.
The genie to be front and center on the poster either.
Yes, right. He wanted. His role was supposed to be not the center of attention. It was supposed to be Aladdin and Jasmine's relationship. Aladdin and Jasmine.
Yeah, that's good. I love that. I love Robin Williams.
Right. However, Disney completely broke that promise. Right. Robin Williams, I'm pretty sure he did sue them, and it barely affected them. Always.
Yeah, of course, because Disney money.
But he then refused to ever work with Disney again, and it took them years and years and years to rebuild that relationship when it was actually the voice actor who played Homer Simpson played the genie.
Yeah.
In
the later iterations,
sequels.
In two of the 3 sequels and the TV series.
Yeah.
So, but then eventually Robin Williams came back after they repaired that relationship. But it's just, no, I get it. Like, you know, sometimes marketing just be awful. And, you know.
Wasn't there that other one that did so poor? Yes, there was. If you think about it, some movies do need a little bit of help to get going because they have something that's not quite in the zeitgeist. So if you recall, do you recall the story of Treasure Planet, the movie?
I don't. Well, I know the plot, but
okay.
I mean,
so it's a Disney movie, and the people that wanted to make it, the 2 directors wanted to make it. They pitched the idea to Disney. Disney said, "Well, okay, if you can go away and make us a banger film, we'll fund this other one of yours as a side project, as a passion project." So they went away and made Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Then Disney says, "Well, okay, can you do it again?" And they went away and made Hercules. And then they said, "Oh, but can you do it again?" And I can't remember what was the other one they made.
Probably Hunchback.
No. But it's one of those from that era. And they said, "All right, fine. You can go away and make your passion project then."
Yeah.
And then put no money into the funding. Into the advertising.
Yeah, they completely suppressed
and
it.
What advertising they did was wrong.
Yeah.
They told this the trailers and things told this completely different story. You know, they didn't mention, like, you know, the draw of the movie, and of course the movie flopped because of this bad advertising. You know, nobody went to see it, despite the fact that it was from the people that had given these 3 amazing movies beforehand.
The problem with Disney compared to Ghibli is that Disney has such a wide umbrella that just hearing, "Oh, this is a Disney production," doesn't tell you anything. But when you hear, this is a Ghibli production from Miyazaki himself, that instantly puts images into your mind and sort of gives you an idea of if you're going to be interested in seeing this or not.
But that is a completely subjective thing. Like, that's your take on it. But like, there are plenty of people that just hear Disney and just, like, you know, they go absolutely ham for it, right? They hear HBO and they'll watch whatever tripe they'll put out. You know, it's like there is this weird, like, hell, I hear Matt Groening and I'm like, oh, I'm interested. You know, I'm not a huge fan. Dear God, what is going? Sorry, I don't know if you can.
But Matt Groening that's essentially the same as saying, it's Miyazaki. Yeah, I'm interested in seeing it. You know.
But that's
if you were saying Fox
subjective.
Studios, you know, Fox Studios again, that's so big and so varied and has so many different.
What's Fox Studios?
Yeah.
Right, I think we're done.
There is only there's one company that'll always have the same thing, but in the opposite way to Miyazaki or Matt Groening, which is the Hallmark Channel.
Oh God!
I'm over here now, by the way.
A Hallmark movie.
I'm over here, dude. Look.
He's moved.
Anyway,
Regis, how dare you go over there?
Right, we're done now. Okay.
Yeah,
that's the hot news.
Go
very hot.
A cold bath.
Cold ice bath. Cold ice bath challenge.
Absolutely.
Anyway, catch you next week for news. Stay tuned later this week for Kanpai Cast, where we're going to be talking about psychology. Yes, character psychology. Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Because we're professionals. We know how to talk about this.
Yes, armchair psychologists. Wait. Oh, gaming chair psychologists.
Keyboard psychologists.
See you next week for news.
For news.